How to create gel-X aura nails without an airbrush machine is what I would like to show you in this video.
Click away from something really fake.
Played you through me.
To get your gel-X nails last over 4 weeks, the nail prep you do before is really important. So here you can see me taking a dry cotton pad and putting rubbing alcohol on it to remove any excess or oils from the nails. And right now I'm taking my nail drill and putting on the smallest bit I have, and now I'm cleaning around the cuticle area. And by taking off all the cuticle that is sitting on the nail plate, the gel-X tips will last even longer. And while doing this step, please be careful to not hurt yourself and don't get an open wound near your cuticles, because if you're applying nail polish after, it shouldn't get onto your skin or even in your skin. With the dry cotton pad, I'm now taking all of the dust from my nail, and now I'm taking my nail clippers and removing all the dead skin near my cuticles. And with now rubbing alcohol, I'm cleaning the nail plates and now taking the tips that I will size to my natural nails. And I like to do the gel-X nails with the appraised gel-X tips, and here you can see me taking different sizes and trying to fit them to the natural nail. And while finding the right size, it's important that the nail tip will fit sidewall to sidewall. And if this isn't the case, you can always take the bigger nail tip and take a nail file and file it to the size that you need it. And if you find all tips fitting sidewall to sidewall, you can take a file, and here I'm taking my e-file and putting on a bigger drill to file now the insides of the gel-X tips. After filing now the insides of the tips, I'm taking a nail file and as well filing the outsides of the tips, but with a hand file, and this I'm doing to create a more seamless look when applying the gel-X tips. After now cleaning the nail beds for a last time with rubbing alcohol, I'm taking my dehydrator and applying it to the nail beds. And in general, when applying primer, nail polishes or dehydrator, be patient and take your time to apply it and not get it onto your cuticles. After applying the dehydrator, I'm taking my primer and as well applying a thin coat to the nails. After giving the dehydrator and primer enough time to dry, I'm taking my Beetles nail gel, it's called glue but in reality it's really a gel, and putting a not very thin but as well not thick, I would say a medium thick layer onto each of my nails. And if you maybe take a little bit too much gel, it can happen that the gel spreads over the whole nail plate. And if that's the case, I'm taking a little bit of the rubbing alcohol and a small nail brush and removing it from the sides. And when you're not sure how long you have to cure your gel polishes, always read the bottles because it stands on there. And for example, the gel polish from Beetles, you have to cure for 60 to 90 seconds, and this is what I'm doing in this clip. And when applying the Gel-X tips, I would recommend to everyone buying a mini flash cure lamp because this makes your work really easy, so you don't have to press any buttons while applying the nail tips, so you can just focus on applying them evenly. So now I would like to show you how I'm applying the gel tips to the natural nail. I start off by taking the nail tip and applying a thin coat of the gel polish onto the buffed area. After that, I'm taking a little bit more of the gel polish and I kind of wiggle it up into the nail tip so it's even spreaded in the middle. And then I take the natural nail and the nail tip and I try to press the nail tip onto the natural nail. And here I'm focusing on not to press the nail tip too much onto the natural nail so the gel on the sides is not flooding out of the tip. And if that's the case, I'm taking the brush and a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and with that I remove the flooded excess from the sides. And while applying the tips, I would like to let you know, please don't be disappointed if the first applications you do don't turn out perfectly, because I can remember mine and the first times I always use too much gel and then not enough. So I think it's just practice and try, and you can try as well in your friend's hands, as you can see I'm doing here as well, or on your own. And after now flash curing each nail, it's important to cure your nails under a regular lamp for as well 60 seconds again, because now you just cured them for a short time and now you have to cure them again for 60 seconds. Putting now a new drill onto my e-file, I'm now removing the shiny layer of the nails, so the gel polishes I apply after will get better hold onto the gel tips, and as well to remove any excess that flooded from the sides that I maybe didn't remove with my rubbing alcohol. Especially here you can see me removing a lot of excess and a lot of shine from the sides of the nail tips, and that's because when applying you sometimes don't see if you flood the nail or not, and that's what I'm removing after, and as well to get a more seamless look and blend the tips more into the natural nail. After filing with the e-file, I take my normal hand file and file over the whole nail. First, I think that's a bit faster than with the e-file, and I have a better control where I have to file and where not. When finishing buffing the top of the nail, I start to take the file again and I start to shape the nail tips into the shape I would like them. Here I'm shortening them a little bit and bringing them into a more almond shape. The buffed excess I'm now removing with again rubbing alcohol. To blend the tips more into your nail, I'm taking acetone and a brush and I'm applying the acetone to the brush and following the cuticle line where the natural nail meets the tip. The first coat I'm applying now to the nails is the hard base. To not rush myself while applying the base coat, I'm always applying to some nails the coat and then I flash cure them into the lamp so I can make sure that while painting the other nails nothing is flooding to the sides, and when taking the hand out I can paint, for example, the thumb and put all the hands into the lamp and cure them to the max time. Taking the color French Pink Medium, I'm applying a thin coat to the Gel-X tips to have a good base where I can apply the aura effect later on. After curing the nails for 60 seconds, I'm taking the same color and applying a second coat to the nails so the color isn't as see-through. And after curing the nails for 60 seconds, you now have a good base where you can apply the aura effect on. So to start now with the aura effect, you have to take a small surface where you can apply the gel polish and especially the shade you want to have the aura effect in, and apply it as a thin coat onto the surface. To start off, you have to take a small sponge, and if you don't have something like I'm using in this video that is made for nails, you can as well take something like a beauty blender. And here I'm taking a little bit of the gel polish, tapping the sponge into it and then tapping it onto the Gel-X tips. For this process I'm doing a lot of layers with this color, so the first layer is very thin so you can barely see it, and this is what I'm repeating on all the nails. When you're finished applying a thin coat to all of your nails, you can cure your nails for 10 to 15 seconds. After that, I'm taking again the sponge and tapping it lightly into the gel polish and creating again a thin layer onto the nails, but this time I'm making sure to more point it to the center of the nail than the outside. And now again you can cure your nails for 10 to 15 seconds, and I hope that you can already see that after the second coat the aura effect is slowly getting more visible. Now starting with the third layer of the aura effect, you can see me taking the sponge and pressing it very tightly so I have a smaller surface with which I can point the aura effect in the middle of the nail. Finishing the third and last layer of the aura effect, I'm curing the nails for 60 seconds and taking my French Pink Medium shade, and I apply a thin coat over the aura effect to blend it more into the base. After the curing, I'm taking a dry cotton pad with rubbing alcohol and I remove the sticker layer of the nails. Taking now my e-file, I'm removing all the excess of gel or anything else from under the nail. After filing the nails from under, I'm taking my file and bringing the tips again into the shape I would like them to, because after applying all the gel polishes, the shape of the nails often changes, so here I'm taking the file and bringing the nails again into the shape I would like them to be. Taking now a cotton pad with rubbing alcohol, I'm removing all the excess from filing, so I can now apply the top coat to a clean base. The last time I'm curing my nails, I'm not going for 60 seconds, but I'm going for 90 seconds. And after that, the last time I'm taking a cotton pad with rubbing alcohol and I remove the sticky layer. And to finish off the nails, I'm taking nail oil and applying it to the cuticles, because after this much working near to the cuticles, they are somehow really damaged, and to give them some care, I'm applying the nail oil and massaging it in. And here are the finished nails. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed creating it. And if you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope we can see us soon.